Hub Media. I always love when I get an opportunity to learn about a new sport. And I got a couple of folks with me tonight who are going to teach me about lawn bowling, the Hagersville Lawn Bowling Club. I got David and Alice here. David, you're the current president. Alice is the former president. A couple quick questions before we get started. Alice, how did you get involved? Like you're the former president. When did you start playing?
Yeah, so I actually started playing in high school. I started at the Waterford High School. During gym class, they brought the sport of lawn bowling to our gym class, and we played on what are called short mats. So it's another way to play the sport in the off season when it's not so nice out. Um, and I got a chance to try it then, kind of perked my interest. I had a friend that wanted to keep playing too. So we then decided to join the Simcoe Lawn Bowling Club, and we played for a few seasons, and I continued on, played for a while, went away to university, then came back home and decided to keep playing the sport. So found the Hagersville Lawn Bowling Club and just continued playing.
And
And
she's
Dave, can you
good
tell
at
me
it
a little
too.
bit? Oh, she's good too. Okay, good to know.
Hell
Can you
yeah.
tell me a little bit about the club in Hagersville? How long's it been going? How long you been playing?
Well, to answer your first question, my understanding the club was founded in 1907. So it's been around, so quick math, it was 1924, so I don't know, a long time. Um, Over 120 years, or close to 120 years now, which is pretty significant for a small town like Hagersville. Whereas a lot of the other clubs in the Hallam and Norfolk area uh, are all have all shut down over the years. Ourselves and Simcoe are the only two clubs that uh, remain in operation, and it's a shame because it is such a great sport. Uh, my introduction to the sport is when we moved here to Hagersville. Um, my wife and I were out on our bicycles riding around the town, getting to know the place a little bit better, and we happened to come across the lawn bowling club, and we stopped. It's you can't miss the place. I mean, it's the only one in town, and we stopped to watch the bowlers, and one of the bowlers came over. Current bowler right now, Doug Noper, came over and started talking to us, and said, "Hey, we bowl on Tuesday and at the time Friday nights. Come on over anytime and give the game a try. We'd love to have you come out and try it." And we did. 7 years later, I'm now the president. So there you go.
That's great, great. I love the way what a diversity too. Since high school 7 years ago, I'm gonna let Alice take this next one. Then explain the game to me, Alice, because I have no clue what I'm doing. I'm gonna show up at your doorstep, going, "Okay, give me a bowl. What do I do?"
Yeah, so you're gonna come in our club, and we'll fit you with a set of bowls. So there's 4 bowls in a set that you play, and depending on the number of people that you're playing, we typically play doubles. So you would use all 4 bowls. We would fit them to your hand. So there's different sizes, and fit them to your hand, and also the ability for you to carry some weight with the bowl as well. And then we would take you aside and kind of show you the how to bowl. So the bowl, and you'll hear me say bowl instead of ball. It's because it has a bias on it. It's not completely round. So we're throwing those, and either throwing them forehand or backhand. There, Dave is showing you an example of a bowl. So
Small bias, light side, heavy bias, that side.
Okay, good to
Yeah,
know.
so each set of bowls has a different logo or something on it for you to be able to tell yours apart from someone else. And then we'll teach you how to throw that down the green. So you're rolling it, so you have to bend down a little bit and roll it down the green, and it has a bias that will then come back to what we call a little ball that is called a jack. And that, like curling, is kind of like your button that you're trying to get to, but different in curling in that it is able to move. So that just then adds more strategy complexity to the game, to figure that all out. And then because we're on a green, like the ice on a curling rink, that can change daily.
Yeah.
Sometimes from game to game, it could be
Green to
different
green.
if the
Yeah.
grass is wet or dry, or how short the grass is cut. Uh, it can change many different aspects of the game. So we will give you a few tips on how to play the game and how to throw that bowl down, and then we'll try to get you involved in a game right away, because that's the best way you're going to learn is from our other members, who are very open and willing to teach people to play, and encouraging everybody's out there to have fun. So
But the
we
jack
want to,
moves then, right? You said
yeah,
the jack isn't stationary. I guess it can be anywhere along that. So it
You can hit
changes
it.
the whole dynamic every time out.
Yeah.
Wow.
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. So now you're plotting. If you're playing the game well, like you might not want it as far away as you can. You might want it a little bit. But who sets the jack then? Who throws it? Is it switch every game?
Well, if we're playing, as Alice is talking about, as a pair, you have a skip and you have a lead.
Oh, okay.
Like a lot
Like
of
curling.
sporting events, you flip a coin, who goes first.
Ah.
And actually, again, that's another bit of strategy. Typically, if you win the coin toss, you give the jack option to the other team to throw the jack first, which gives you last bowl. Again, like in curling, having last rock. But some teams or some skips want to have that jack. Because they want to place the jack. So there's
I got
two thoughts to that. I want the jack close, or I want the jack back. Well, then I'm got to throw it, or give it to them and let them throw it, and you deal with it accordingly. So you get last bowl, right?
And the misconception about lawn bowling is, old guys like me playing it, but that's such a misnomer, because the strategy that's going on, and you've got to know the right weight of the ball you're throwing to see the distance you want to get. Like it's a lot more strategy than I ever imagined, guys. I got to tell you, that's pretty cool.
Well,
Like,
hopefully you'll come out and try it yourself sometime.
I'll throw a few a few ends with you or something.
And that's why Alice is on this too, because it's something that, I mean, yes, you kind of brought up the point where, it's the connotation is it's an old person's sport, but it really isn't. It's a
No.
sport that anybody can play at any age.
And I love the beauty of the strategy behind it too, because it's always intriguing, right? Because you want to do what's best. So, Alice, I show up at your gate and I want to play. You walk me through all this, and I get ready. What's the one piece of advice you're going to give me?
Just have fun.
Okay, I'm in.
Yeah, come
There
have
it is.
fun. I mean, listen to the other players that you're playing with. They're going to give you tips. Don't be afraid to ask questions if you don't understand. Like, there's going to be all kinds of terms that people may throw at you. Like, we can name them off, like hog line and forehand, backhand, or play up, play back, and you might just be like, huh? Like, what are you talking about? So there can be a lot of yelling back and forth from the ends in the game, but and then when you're switching ends for the skip to come down and play, don't be afraid to stop them and say, hey, I didn't understand what you were telling me to do there. Like, what did you mean?
And the
We just
yelling
want
isn't
people
yelling
to
at the
learn and
person.
try.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
just
Oh, yeah, I understand.
Yeah.
Hey, Dave, when does the season get going? And I heard something about a dinner, or what do you guys do? Just kick the season off?
So, I mean, the premise of the club obviously is lawn bowling, but and this is something that I found out too when I joined the club. It's also a social environment, and even when we're playing, I mean, Alice said exactly what I was going to say when you said, what do you tell people? We tell them to have fun. When we bowl on a club night, it's a fun night. There are the Ontario Lawn Bowling Association has tournaments throughout our district, which is district number 5, throughout all of Ontario, Canada. You can play world championships. Right now, the world champion singles is a gentleman by the name of Ryan Bester, who I think is the 39 years old. And this guy, he's a thing of beauty, man. And watch him on YouTube, like unbelievable shots this guy makes. It's really crazy. So, I mean, you can be competitive, but our club is not a competitive club on club nights. It's come out and have fun. So the social aspect of it is after we finish playing, we have a wonderful clubhouse. It's got a kitchen and all the facilities. People come in after they finish playing. We brew up coffee, tea. We've got pop, beverages. Members will bring baked goods, sandwiches, cookies, whatever. And we sit and shoot the breeze after we finish playing for a half an hour to an hour. So it's not just about playing the game. It's also about making new friends. And I mean, again, for my wife and I, when we moved to town, we didn't know anybody. And we joined the lawn bowling club, and suddenly we had 30 new friends. What more could you ask for? That's pretty amazing.
And the club continues, like you guys are telling me, you guys are slowly growing the club again. You're having lots of fun doing it. And what's the cost to get involved in all this? Like, do I sign up for the year? Is the year from May till October? Like, what's your season? Can you give me some of that information, Alice?
Yeah, so the club, our season runs basically from the beginning of, or middle of May. So we always start after the May 2-4 holiday and kick things off. We have a potluck that first on the holiday, and then we start bowling the next Tuesday after that. And then we go right through till the beginning of October and then it starts getting cooler, and people, are kind of turned away from coming out because it's just a little bit too cold. Your hands are too cold to throw those bowls at night. So we'll wrap things up. So that's kind of our season from May to the beginning of October. And for new bowlers, we always give everybody 3 free nights of bowling to give it a go. Let you figure out, is this something I want to do? And then after that, we do have a yearly membership fee that we charge. So
cool.
New members were $100.
$100 for the season.
For the season.
Can't beat that.
Yeah, and then once you're returning, then this season we're charging $150 for the season. There is a small fee that we charge each night for people to play. So that's just $2.
$2. Yep.
We toss in a pot, and that
goes towards getting the beverages and stuff like that for the clubhouse. So that kind of kicks in, and we have prizes. Don't forget the big money prizes for the high scores.
Yes.
Oh, we need some incentive for people to play the game, David. Come on now. So
I like the fun idea. I'm more the fun idea.
Well, I don't know if the Tutti and the Looney prizes are that much of an incentive, but it's always fun to be the high scorer, the high man, high woman, whatever. So,
I'd like to, David, what you said about moving to Hagersville and meeting new people. It's such a great thing. Hagersville is one of those great communities where people, you get involved when it's a fun thing to do like that, and you get to know people, and you're part of the community a lot quicker, which is really nice. I think that's really important too. And I know you guys do. You do a little bit of work in the community too. Can you talk about Strikeout Hunger, David? Do you mind?
Sure. It was an idea that after I joined the club, we're always looking for ways to attract new members, and what can we sort of do to be noticed within the community. I mean, we've got our own little area where we play and people walk by and go, oh, wow, look at that. But I mean, people don't really know us. So as part of the executive, we like to hash ideas out, and we got talking about what can we do to sort of get our club involved in the community. And we came up with an idea that we call it Strikeout Hunger. Now, there's no strikes in lawn bowling, but I mean, it's got the word bowling. So, I kind of, well, how can we make this work? So anyway, we are working in conjunction with the Hagersville Food Bank. And this year, this will be our 3rd annual on June the 8th on a Saturday. we will have some of our members at both of the grocery stores in town, the No Frills, Ron's No Frills, and the Foodland, where our members will be out front. We have some signage. We have name tags this year so people know who they're dealing with. We've also talked to the food bank to see what items that they could use, because people ask us, what do you need? Oh, geez, I don't know. Peanut butter, whatever. So we will now have some indication for what people can donate, whether it's food or cash. So during this time, while our members are at the two grocery stores, we also have an open house. And we have, you can bring food, cash donations to the club. We have demonstrations going on. We get people to come and try it. We fit them up with some bowls and we showed them how to play the game. So it's just a nice way to introduce. And we also have a little barbecue going on. So anybody who comes to the club and donates to the food bank, we have barbecued hot dogs and some beverages, pop, juice, water, whatever. And that's free of charge. Come on out, try the game, and have a little nibbly while you're at it.
Perfect. And you guys bowl Tuesdays and Thursday nights at 6:30, is that correct?
Yep. Starting at
And
6:30, we ask people to come by 6:30. Gives us a chance to see how many people are coming out each night, because it varies. I mean, it's not like you have to come out. That's your choice. And that way we can set up teams, get people ready to go. So it takes about 30 minutes. So typically we'll start bowling at around 7 o'clock. Each game, Alice, what do you say? About an hour?
Yep.
For each
an hour.
game? Yeah, and then we'll take a break after the first game, a 15-minute break or so, set up. We'll have new teams. We always, divvy it up every time. So we try to get 2 games in a night.
how do people get a hold of you guys if they're interested? Like, they watch the podcast, and do you guys got a number I can put up that they can call, or somebody they can talk to?
Well, we've got a Facebook page.
Okay.
So I guess Al's Hagersville Lawn Bowling Club.
Just search Hagersville Lawn Bowling Club.
Okay. Hagersville Lawn
We have
Bowling Club.
information there. And we do have a club email, which is all lowercase, Hagersville LBC, Lawn Bowling Club, at gmail.com. And we will answer any emails and give any information that people are requesting about the club. We've got some groups that have shown interest. We've got some curlers coming in on, I believe, Sunday, May the 26th. From Cayuga. So there's a group of curlers going to come in, and some of the club members will be there, and they're going to have an afternoon of lawn bowling. Most of them have never lawn bowled before, so they're going to come in and lawn bowl that afternoon. And then I just talked to a lady today, as a matter of fact, about the Red Hat Society, and there's a group of about 20 women that are interested in coming in to having a luncheon and doing some lawn bowling. So we're
perfect.
more than open to have groups come out and try the game. Our members are usually available, as long as we know ahead of time, to open up the clubhouse and be there and show them the ropes.
And you got to be willing to have a good time, correct? Is that the one that's the one thing you got to be ready to do, right?
Yeah.
Correct?
Most definitely.
100%.
The other part that you brought up earlier, and we should reiterate this, is that you guys are it for Haldeman. So if anybody in Haldeman wants to play, talk to Dave, talk to Alice, get there, play the game, try it out, see if you like it, enjoy it. We know in Norfolk there's Simcoe, but there's lots of ways you can get around and go either place and just see the game. And I'm interested in learning more. So I really got to say thanks, guys. If you got anything else to add, this is a good time, because you've educated me on lawn bowling. I had no clue coming in. Now that I understand the sport, I want to say thank you to both you guys for taking the time today to help me learn.
Yeah. Can I would like to say something else.
Sure.
And I mean, I think we were fortunate. Alice was our president during the pandemic, and we managed to keep our doors open. We lost members, like I think most clubs did, and we're slowly gaining them back again. But one of the things we've done now, this is the 4th year that we've done it, because we realized that with the number of members we have and the costs associated, our club, unlike a lot of clubs which are city owned, so the city takes care of the property, does the cutting, pays for the maintenance and stuff like that. We're completely private. This is it. It's our membership fees that are used to run the club, to pay for the equipment. We pay taxes. We pay utilities, right? So, I mean, we have to cover the nut for all of this stuff. And, 30 members at, $150 a member, that doesn't go that far for us. So, we put our heads together and created a sponsorship, corporate sponsorship that myself and our vice president, Peter Wonder, have spent a lot of time going out to many of the local businesses here in town. And we asked them for a $200 donation. For the $200, they get a sign, an 18 by 24 inch sign on our front fence with their company logo and company information. We give them a framed picture of the club at the end of the year, and we invite them all to come out and play if they ever want an employee afternoon or evening. And I won't get heavy into it, but I've got to say every year it's increased, and my kudos to all the companies in Hagersville that have been just fantastic supporters of our club, because without them, I don't know if we'd be open today, to be quite honest.
Great team building environment then too, eh? Like the sport provides all that. So what a great concept. I love that. Yes, I think corporate sponsorships are great. That's the way to do it for sure. And then, that's what it is. That's the way you got to keep small things like that in these communities growing and going in the right direction. You guys are doing a great job, and I appreciate
Thank you.
you taking the time to tell me. I didn't know about that, and I really appreciate that. That in itself, Dave, speaks volumes of the community again.
Oh, 100%. Again, the support has just been overwhelming. It's been fantastic.
Yeah, that definitely for us, it was, that's, as Dave said, something that started, coming out of COVID, of how we were going to keep our doors open. And when we reached out, the support of our community was humbling. How quick they were to be like, yep, here you go. Like, you guys might be small, but we're here to support you. So it was really nice to see. So
cool. And it's important. It's just important. And now more than ever, when you come out of a pandemic and you see how lives have changed, it's important to get that social aspect back in people's lives. And you guys are doing that. Kudos.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
Thanks for your time today, guys. Take care.
Hey, thanks, Dave. Thanks for having us.
All right,
No
Dave.
problem.
Thank you, sir. All right.